In every journey of faith, there comes a moment when the storms seem relentless, when the weight of the world presses in and questions echo in the quiet places of our hearts. Why me? We ask, our voices trembling with fatigue, frustration, or even fear. It's a question that has been uttered by countless souls throughout history, from the prophets in the wilderness to the disciples in the boat, tossed by the waves. Yet, in the midst of uncertainty, God offers us an invitation to turn our gaze from the question of, why me? And lift it toward a bold declaration. Watch me. The story of faith is not marked by the absence of trials, but by the presence of divine purpose within them. Consider Joseph, betrayed by his brothers and sold into slavery. Alone in a foreign land, imprisoned by false accusation, Joseph could have asked, why me? Instead, he chose trust over despair, faith over fear. And in the fullness of time, God transformed his suffering into salvation, not only for himself, but for countless others. Joseph's life became a living testament to the power of perseverance and the promise of God's providence. So often we find ourselves in the valley, our spirits weary, our hearts heavy. The temptation to question, to doubt, to linger in the why me is strong. We look at our circumstances, the loss, the betrayal, the disappointment, and wonder if we have been forgotten. But it is precisely in these moments that God calls us to shift our perspective. He reminds us that we are not victims of fate, but vessels of His glory. Our trials are not meant to break us, but to build us, shape us, and reveal the depth of His love. When we move from why me to watch me, we are stepping into the fullness of our identity in Christ. We are declaring that, though the world may press against us, though the night may be long, we are not defined by our circumstances. We are defined by the one who walks beside us. We are children of the Most High, redeemed and restored, called to shine as lights in a dark world. Watch me, we declare, not in pride or defiance, but in humble confidence. It is the confidence that comes from knowing that our strength is not our own. It is the boldness that rises from the assurance that, with God, all things are possible. Like David before Goliath, we stand before our giants, not with trembling, but with trust. You come against me with sword and spear, David said, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty. With every stone cast, with every step taken in faith, David showed the world what it means to trust in a power greater than ourselves. In your own life, perhaps you have faced storms that seem to threaten your very foundation. Perhaps the diagnosis was unexpected, the relationship shattered, the dream deferred. In those moments, God invites you not to dwell in the question, but to rise in declaration. Watch me, you say to the world, to your fears, to your doubts. Watch what God will do through me. Watch how He will take my pain and turn it into purpose. Watch how He will transform my weakness into strength, my sorrow into joy. This is not a call to ignore our struggles or pretend that everything is perfect. It is an invitation to see our lives through the lens of faith, to recognize that every trial is an opportunity for God to reveal His character and His love. It is a challenge to live with expectancy, to trust that God is working all things together for the good of those who love Him. Paul, writing from a prison cell, declared, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." His circumstances were dire, but his spirit was unbroken. He refused to be defined by chains or suffering. Instead, he chose to be a witness to the power of God's grace. In the midst of persecution, Paul became a beacon of hope, his life a living sermon that continues to inspire millions. So, what does it mean to move from "why me" to "watch me"? It means choosing faith over fear, purpose over pain, hope over despair. It means trusting that, even when you cannot see the whole picture, God is painting a masterpiece with every brushstroke of your life. It means believing that your story matters, that your journey is significant, that your testimony can change hearts and lives. Let this be your declaration. Watch me. Watch how I rise, not because I am strong, but because He is. Watch how I forgive, not because it is easy, but because I am forgiven. Watch how I love, not because I am perfect, but because I am loved by a perfect God. Watch how I walk through the fire, not untouched, but undeterred, because the one who is with me is greater than anything that stands against me. And as you declare, "Watch me," remember that you are not alone. You are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, those who have gone before, who have faced trials and emerged victorious. Their stories are woven into the tapestry of faith, reminders that God is faithful in every season. You are part of a legacy that stretches across generations, a family bound not by blood, but by the unbreakable love of Christ. Let your life be a testimony. When the world asks, "How did you endure? How did you overcome?" let your answer point always to Him. It was not I, but Christ in me. With each step, you become a living invitation for others to see the goodness of God, to taste and see that He is faithful. So stop asking, "Why me?" and start declaring, "Watch me." Let your faith rise above your circumstances. Let your hope shine brighter than your struggles. Let your love be the evidence of God at work within you. And when you falter, when the questions creep back in, remember that God's grace is sufficient. His power is made perfect in your weakness. You are not defined by your trials, but by your triumphs through Him. You are not shaped by your pain, but by His promise. The world may throw challenges your way, but your response is not to retreat. It is to rise. Declare it boldly, live it fully. Watch me, for God is with me. Watch me, for His purpose will prevail. Watch me, for His glory will be revealed in my life. Today, as you face the mountains before you, as you walk through the valleys, let your heart be steadfast. The journey may be difficult, the road uncertain, but your destination is secure. With every step, you are moving closer to the fulfillment of God's plan. With every trial, you are being refined, strengthened, and prepared for greater things. Watch me, you declare, not because you are seeking attention or approval, but because you want the world to see what God can do with a willing heart. Let your life be a canvas for His grace, your words a melody of His love, your actions a reflection of His character. In every season, through every circumstance, may your story point others to the hope that is found in Him alone. So, let go of the "why me?" Embrace the "watch me." Step forward in faith, knowing that the God who calls you is faithful. He will finish what He has started in you. He will take your broken pieces and create something beautiful. And as you walk in His strength, may your life inspire others to do the same, to rise, to trust, to declare with confidence, "Watch me, for my God is greater."